Hello, everyone. I'm James Chandler, the inventor of this board game. I'm looking for investors, funding for this project. It's a very fun game. I'm going to get into the details of the game. First of all, I want to show you the board. This is the board. The game is called Alphabet Bandit. Alphabet Bandit. It's full of bounty hunting fun. It's full of bounty hunting fun. As you can see, the ABCs are seen on the board. And also you will see numbers 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 26, you know. And we have the starting places for the different characters that's going to be on the board. This is a 4-player game. This is the official video. I made my decision on how I'm going to have this game ran or played, even though it could be played in many different ways. As I said on video 1, um, if you haven't seen it yet, I encourage you to go back and watch video 1. This is video part 2, showing my official plans. Of course, the board is a beginning stage still. Everything else is a beginning stage still. But as far as the directing of how to play the game, I am on point. Okay, this is how we want to play it. I think a lot of people enjoy it this way, as I mentioned in video 1. So this is the board, um, and it's set up like a war zone. Okay, as you can see, the orange part right here is the graveyard. Yard. This is the graveyard, and we know who goes to the graveyard: the dead, right? So yes, this is a war zone, uh, because we're dealing with bounty hunters in this board game. It's a spelling game, okay? So I target this game to little children, as well as the parents playing with their little children, from um, little preschoolers to or children, uh, to young adults, young teens, to even adults, because you can play this with your child, and it'll help with their spelling. It'll give you a chance to see where they are in their spelling, where they are, and knowing what the numbers are, all the way up to 26, and uh, in the alphabets. They know the alphabets, the numbers, and how to spell. I encourage you, when you play this game, to try to encourage your children to spell bigger words. Of course, they're going to spell things like ball, dog, cat, but I encourage you to to explore the limits of spelling. Okay, now let's get into the game, right? Okay, it's called Alphabet Bandit. I'm placing the board like this. Okay, this is the angle of the game. Okay, so I have little characters I'm using, of course, again, beginning stages. So these are the characters I'm using: Indians and Cowboys, okay? Indians and Cowboys. It's a 4-player game. So how it's set up is start 1 with a color. Start 1, starting with green, the cowboy. Start 2, yellow, the cowboy. Start 3, blue, the Indian. Start 4, red, Indian. Now, you can play this game as teams, 2-on-2, and that will probably save more of your paper. I have paper like this as well in the game, because you're going to need this, of course. Um, or you can play it individual, everybody for themselves. This is like a rise and fly game, so it gives everybody an opportunity to play it. It's going to be just that fun, you know. Okay, so I got the board set up. Everybody's at their start positions, ready to play the game. Alphabet Bandit, full of bounty hunting fun. As you can see, they have their weapons. Um, Cowboys with their guns, the Indians with their spears and and sticks and stuff like that. However, you're going to take out your opponent, right? Here is a list of the alphabets, and there we have a dash where you can put a check mark. Okay, I'm going to get more into why we're going to use that, right? Okay, right now at the beginning stage, I have a bag, and in this bag, I have numbers and letters, the alphabets. So, the first player starting off, whether you want to start it off, whoever chooses to be green, whatever, that's going to be the starting color. You can do it by age, the oldest person being green, or all the way to the youngest person. However you want to do it, set it up the way you want to. But it's green, yellow, blue, red. Um, uh, start one, start two, start three, and start four. And the first player is going to shake up the bag. They're going to open the bag, reach in without looking, pull out whatever comes out. And I pulled out first a U. Okay? Close up the bag. You can take the time and use a marker or a pen. You're going to have a pen and paper, as I said. Here, you're going to go here on the list. Okay, you got your U. You want to check it off. You can either check it off before you move your piece, or you can check it off after you moved your piece. That's up to you. But okay, first player is moving to U. That's here. Okay, so he's on the board. You move it to the next player. I'm sorry. He's going to move it to you, and you want to encourage them to spell a word that begins with a U. A child might say, "I want to spell unicorn." So, okay, U-N-I. Okay, U. Okay, you got that U. You check it off. N. You got the N. You check it off. I. You got the I. C. You got the C. Check it off. Okay. O. Check it off. R. Check it off. And the last letter, N. And the last letter is the letter you stay on until until your next play. Okay. So you stay there on N. This gives you a chance to get as many letters because the object of the game is to get more letters than the other player. Okay. However, that's a way to win if you have more of the letters. But also another way to win is if you're the last person standing on the board. Okay. Let's get into that. Okay. So that was the first player. He spelled unicorn, and he ended up on the last letter of unicorn, which is an N. Okay. Next player shakes the bag. Does the same thing first player did. Don't look, pull out something. Okay. Now this time, this is not a letter. This is a number. Sadly, the only thing you can do with a number, put that back in, is move this piece to where you see 7. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, E is 5, F is 6, G is 7. So you're going to land on G, which is also number 7. Okay? That's all you can do with the number. When it's a number, you just land on a number. It puts you at a disadvantage as well as other disadvantages as well. But it puts you at a disadvantage. But still, you can also come off on top and win the game because it's about elimination or having, all the letters more than somebody else. Okay. So this guy is pointing his gun at the back of the head of this cowboy. Now, you know, the person that is number one is not their turn. They can't move, but they if they want to, they can reach their hand there, turn their man around and point that gun right back at the cowboy to make it more challenging. You know what I'm saying? But that's all they can do. But they got to stay in that spot that they're in. So both cowboys are pointing their gun at each other here. Okay. Next opponent is start number three. Player number three shakes the bag. Don't look. He pulls out something, and again, this is a number two. Throws it back in. Um, and AB is number two. Now, as far as the numbers go, um, since the game is alphabet bandit, you can't mark off A or B or C. There's no numbers on the list, so you're not going to be able to mark off no numbers. So it's just basically a disadvantage. You're just in a spot, so you're just in a spot. At least you're out of start, so, but alphabet bandit. And a number is not an alphabet. So it's just a number. So sadly, but that's the way the game rolls, okay? Okay, now the fourth player is the Red Indian. He shakes the bag. Hopefully he gets a letter, right? And okay. Nope. Again, he got a number 11. Okay. So this makes it a little bit challenging. Uh, so K is 11, and he's right there, and he can turn around if he want to face the other Indian, or he can face a cowboy. However, whoever he chooses to make his opponent. Okay. So going back to the first player, green. And you see, this can make the game a little longer, but again, um, the next letter is Y. So the green cowboy can move to the Y, and spell a word, York. Matter of fact, if he wants to hit a player and get somebody eliminate somebody off the board, he might want to spell something with one of their letters in it. Yogurt. He still probably won't hit a person. It depends on what they land on. The last letter they land on is the one that can, they can win a person's spot. So yogurt, Y, mark off the Y. O, mark off the O. G, now this is where the yellow cowboy was. So this is what the, player one wanted to do. He wanted to hit yellow, but he didn't really think his tactic through. So he can't send yellow to the graveyard because G is not the last letter in the word yogurt. T is. So he has to land on T, and he can turn his gun this way or to the cowboy if he wants to, the person he was trying to attack. And then it's player two turn. So let's try to eliminate somebody off the board, right? All right. Player two picks, let's see. Now, when you're going into this thing, you got to get in here, reach in, reach out. You can't be fumbling around trying to pick what you want to pick. This is what you call cheating. Kids love to do that. They like to dig like they're digging for candy, Okay, so the next letter is Q. So try not to do that, okay? So, I think I'm on player two. So player two has Q, and he wants to spell, let's see. Still not a good, okay, good. He wants to spell quit. Okay. So He moves to the Q. Q. He marks that down. He got a Q. U. He marks that down. I. He marks that down. And last but not least, he lands on the letter T. Okay? This is where the cowboy was. Green cowboy. So, cowboy's dead. When they die, you lay them on their back. They can no longer stand, okay? Lay them on their back. They're dead. Right in the graveyard, okay? They remain there until the ending of the game, until somebody wins. And then you start the game all over again. So basically, that's what it is. You either eliminate or get as many letters as you can. The person with the most letters, if the game is a run-on game, because you might get a whole bunch of numbers. You might not ever hit nobody. Or you might get a whole bunch of letters and might not ever hit anybody. But the person with all the letters checked off, and at the end of the game, if somebody have all their letters checked off, it's almost like bingo. Alphabet Bandit. I'm the Alphabet Bandit. I won. However you want to say it, or Alphabet Bandit. And you're the winner. The person with the most letters with the checks, or the person that stands at the end of the game, is the winner. That's how the game goes. It's a fun game. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure you will. So tell me what you think about it. I'm looking for funding, investments to get this out there. Of course, there could be many ways to set up a way to, instead of using a bag, I had the thought of using the game as like Trouble, how you pop like the little bubble, and maybe a letter will pop up, or maybe like a little something that is activated through a timer that shows different all the alphabets, moving through the alphabets, and then you can tap it and it stops on a certain alphabet, but you got to be quick because it's moving real fast through the letters, and whatever letter it stop on, that's the letter you got to move to and spell a letter, or spell a word, and the ending of that word you land on, and that's where you stay until your turn again. So this is a great game. I'm gonna show you the board again. The game is Alphabet Bandit, full of bounty hunting fun. I'm the inventor. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, check me out, holla at me. See the first video, and that'll, actually go through the details of what I do, who I am, because I do a lot more than this. But, check me out, subscribe. Thank you for watching. And until next time, peace.